Today I kind of want to talk about something a little bit different than I usually talk about. And I want to talk about me and a struggle and a current embarrassment, I guess I'll call it, that I'm currently dealing with. And I want to share it with you. And I want to share it with you because I feel like so many people share their success stories after they've reached their goals, after they've had success, right? And no one really shares their story while they're still writing it. You know what I mean? Right? When there's no ending yet, when there's no maybe light at the tunnel, when you don't know how it's going to end, nobody really shares that part. And that's what I kind of want to do for you today, because as inspiring and motivational as success stories are, right? Like I lost over 70 pounds. I made it, right? I made it, right? I figured it out. And so as inspirational as those are, you know, they only take you so far when you're not there yet, right? And so I kind of want to be vulnerable with you guys. I want to be brave. I want to show that you can be courageous. And I kind of want to share one of my struggles right now. So one of my current struggles, and I guess my biggest embarrassment right now, is my skin. I don't know if you guys can tell right now very clearly over the camera. The lighting's actually pretty good, so it hides a lot of it. But I have some type of rash growing on my face right now. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm going to be super honest and transparent with you guys. It's kind of growing everywhere. And it's really uncomfortable. It's itchy. It's dry. It's not nice. I want to hide it a lot, but it's there. And it started on my chin. It's kind of moved up to my mouth, under my eyes, between my eyebrows. It's moving everywhere. And the more I play with it, the more it spreads. So it's just a little rash, and it's literally a little rash, but it has big effects on me, and it's crazy because 3 years ago I actually had the same thing. So about 3 years ago, when Ryan and I had our gym, I had the same thing happen. It was way worse. It was all over my face. This is just spotty. It was all over my face 3 years ago, and it seems to be triggered by stress. 3 years ago, I had this big shift in my life with the gym. Now I have this huge shift in my life happening. So it's good stress, and I don't not want the stress. I want it, but this is how it's coming out. This is how my body's coping with it. And so it's funny because this is a result of stress, but guess what I'm doing with it? I'm stressing about it. I'm adding to it, right? Just like any other problem we have, we stress about it, it adds to the problem. Stressing is never helping, but I'm stressing with it. And it's interesting because I think of myself as an extremely confident person, like super high self-confidence, super high self-efficacy. You know, I don't really care what too many people think. I've been through a lot, and I've grown thick skin over the years, so I consider myself a lot more confident than a lot of regular women. And it's just so funny when something like this happens, it almost reverted me right back to how I felt 3 years ago, just like that. And it's just so crazy. And I want to share this with you because, you know, it's still there. Nobody's immune from it. People who made it, people who are successful, we still go through struggles. And I want you to feel like, I don't want you to ever look at me or anybody else like they're superheroes. We still go through struggles, and I want you guys to relate to that. And I want you to know that even though there doesn't maybe seem like a light at the end of the tunnel right now, there will be one, right? And that's kind of why I want to tell you where I am right now, because I know it will get better, even though it doesn't seem like it right now, even though I don't feel like that, even though I'm embarrassed, even though I try to hide my face. And it's funny because when I was over 70 pounds, I could wear stretchy pants, right? So I didn't feel my tummy, you know, getting cut into. I wore a baggy sweater all the time, so I didn't feel my clothes cling to my belly, so I could hide that insecurity, right? And now I can't hide an insecurity. Now it's written all over my face, and I can't hide it. And it's very interesting because I consider myself confident, and I keep telling myself it's not a big deal, it's temporary, other people have it worse, right? And that's what I'm saying consciously, but subconsciously my actions are telling me that I don't actually believe that. And that's just crazy to me. It's totally, it's very eye-opening to me. So, you know, I'm, you know, the lighting I've changed so it looks better. I've tried to change it so it was bad so you can see it, but this is as good as I can get. The lighting I've been using in the room, I've been tweaking to make my face look better. I've been using different angles. I've been putting my hands in front of my face, which all tell me that I'm trying to hide it, that I'm just trying to avoid it and get through it, right? But you can't share your good times and hide your bad times, right? That's just not going to work, because if you look at the grand scheme of things, there's probably going to be more bad than good, but the good is so good, it's worth it, right? And so that's kind of what I want to do. I just want to share, this is my bad time. Like, this is a mess. I don't look people in the eyes. I remember I went over to my father's on the weekend, and I just turned my head sideways as soon as I gave him a hug, because I was like, oh, someone's going to comment something, right? And so I just really want to share with you, because I don't see a solution right now. I don't have one, and that's okay. And I don't want you to feel like there's pressure to ever need one. I don't want you to feel like the stress of not being where you want to go, or not being on track, whatever you've decided that track should be, right? That it's okay. Like, it's okay to just not know sometimes. And that's where I am. And I really wanted to, I want to walk the walk, not just talk the talk about it. So this is where I am right now. Very uncomfortable. I can't hide my insecurity. I literally wear it all over my face. It doesn't seem, this is like the tail end of it, so it is getting better, but it seemed to have, plateaued and stayed. So it's not getting better right now. So, there's no light for me, and that's kind of how it feels. But at the same time, I can talk out loud, and I can be rational, I can be logical, and I can kind of talk myself off the ledge, right? But it's still here. And so I realized, like, even when I was talking to some of our elite fit queens on coaching calls, I would be backing up from the camera, I'd be hiding my face, and I wouldn't even know it. And that's just not okay to me. That's not okay that I have to be that for you guys. And I want to show you that that's okay. So I wanted to call myself out on it, and I wanted to show you ladies. So I don't know if you've ever felt anything like this. I don't know if you're currently going through something where it's the bad and you're trying to hide it, or you're just trying to wait it out, right? But you can't share the good. You can't really appreciate the good unless you actually sit with the bad. And that's what I wanted to do. So partly this video is for me to call myself out and not let myself hide anymore. It is what it is. This is me, right? The only person that can ever judge you is you. So subconsciously, I was telling myself that everybody else was judging me, right? I'm a health coach. I'm a weight loss coach. I can't look like this, right? If I don't have healthy skin, how can I preach health to anybody else, right? I'm a fraud. I'm not good enough. No one will look up to me. Like, all of these things that I know you guys go through as well, right? I'm not good enough. That he won't love me. He won't find me attractive. Blah, 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 right? My cousin's going to say something. My aunt's going to point it out, right? And it's just, it is. It just is. And sometimes that's the only answer there is. It just is. And so here I am, just trying to accept that it just is. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't have to mean anything. It doesn't change who I am. And it doesn't discredit all of my accomplishments, right, ladies? You've come so far. If you screw up, it doesn't discredit how far you've come, right? And so I really want to preach that to you. And I'm not doing this for sympathy. I don't need any of that. That's me and my own journey. I just want this. I want you to, if you need it, take some of my courage and take some of my bravery and do what you need to do in something like this. So if anybody is having if anybody has that bad feeling or that bad moment or the thing they're carrying on them that they're trying to hide, okay, I want to give you a little safe space right now. And I want you to write something in the comments that's your bad. So what are you trying to hide, or what are you not facing? Or what are you hoping just you can walk through quickly? What's on your mind? There's always something negative. There's always something holding you back. There's always some judgment you're afraid of. Always, 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 always. So what is that for you right now in this moment? What did I spark in your mind? Always waiting for myself to fail. Yeah, that's a big one. Yeah. Even when I didn't have the rash on my face, there's still doubts in my mind, right? Am I going to be good at this? Can I do this? Can I do this? Right? You're always expecting yourself to fail, but you don't accept that failure is inevitable, right? And that's the difference, right? This is going to happen. Something is going to happen worse than this in the future, right? Something else will happen worse than this in the future. So it's not about, let me share all my good. Let me share all my good, because nobody has only good to share. And if that's all you're seeing of somebody, it concerns me, and it gives other people false expectations. And I feel like there's not a lot of vulnerability, especially in fitness and the weight loss space. There's no vulnerability. Everybody just talks about their story and how they got here, not about the journey that they're still on. I'm not perfect. I'm still on my journey. I still have hiccups. I still have insecurities, but I'm able to talk through them and recognize them. This started probably the end of November. And so I've been kind of concealing it and dealing with it and thinking it was just going to go away quickly, and then having it stay longer because I was stressed about it. Having it stay longer has made me realize how much it actually affects me psychologically. Like, it's crazy, right? Has anybody ever picked a pimple and it was red a little bit, and then all day long you think everybody's staring at it? Do you think everybody's just, they're talking to your pimple, right? And it's just not true. Most of the time, nobody even notices it. Like, nobody notices it but you, because you're so hyper focused on it. And so it's just crazy to me how something so little in the grand scheme of things is makes you feel, makes you fall so far backwards very quickly, right? And just into old habits and old thought processes. But the good thing is, in the Fit Queen community, you can be vulnerable, you can be open, and you have everybody setting an example for you around you. And you can pull from them and use it from them and realize that, you know, if you feel like you've gone backwards, you haven't gone backwards, because you're a new person experiencing that falling backwards. So you can make out of it what you want. So to me, this isn't a failure. To me, as much as it's embarrassing to show it and walk around with it, and be a coach with it, it just is what it is. And it's adding to my story. And someday I'm going to realize why this happened, and it's going to make me stronger. It's going to be more of a powerhouse of a coach. It's going to help me do something, but I don't know yet. I don't have an ending for you, ladies. I don't have a moral. I don't have a lesson learned. And I think that's kind of the cool thing I wanted to share today, because there's always a moral, there's always a lesson, there's always a success story, and there's usually always a happy ending, but I don't have one. And I think I need you guys to be okay with that in your lives. I think that's what I want. I think I want you to be okay with not knowing the ending, or not always having the happy ending you want, right? Just being in the journey should be all you need right now. Just being in the journey should be all you need. Because at the end of the day, if you were never to reach your goal, if you never reached your goal, would you stop trying? If I could guarantee that you would never reach your goal, would you just stop trying? I wouldn't. As painful, as horrible, as stressful, as uncomfortable as the journey is the prize. The journey is what is making you into somebody worthy of achieving that goal. And so who you become trying to achieve it is what you've been trying to achieve this whole time. And that's the thing. We're so focused on a number, which is a great measuring tool. But if you focus on who you're becoming to get there, you'll get there faster than anyone else. And that's the big thing. It's not all about a number, it's about the journey. And you have to love the journey. You have to embrace the entire journey, because health is forever. Health doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. So you can't stop. Nothing changes when you reach your goal. What do you think is going to change when you're that sexy, hot woman? Like, what do you think is going to change? Nothing. You don't get to go back into old habits in your old life, because that got you to where you are now, right? Nothing changes. So why are we rushing to get through everything? Why are we expecting it to change? Why are we resisting the process? Because if you truly believe what I'm saying, then this process is forever. So you better start learning to enjoy it, because nothing is going to change when you get there. You set a new goal. You have to maintain your health with the habits that got you there in the first place, right? You can't just say, oh, I can't wait for my next cheat day. Well, then you're not embracing the process. You're rushing to your cheat day. Your cheat day is the goal, right? And I'll tell you, I love pizza, and I think about pizza often, and I rush to my pizza. I'll admit it, definitely. but that's not my main focus. My main focus is who I'm turning into. And I think by being so vulnerable in front of you ladies, that's contributing to my personal growth. And so I just want you guys to be able to do that in your own lives. And if I have to be uncomfortable, and if I have to be vulnerable, and if I have to look weak or look, you know, not like a coach should look, if that's what I have to do to help you ladies, I will be that sacrifice in the front line. That's my hopes for you, just to take what I have and use it for you. So that's my little spiel. This was kind of like off the cuff today. I just felt really powerful about it, and I had to share that I can't hide from my insecurity. It's so easy to just be so busy all day and not really think about what you're feeling, or think about the bad things in your life, think about, or even have your insecurities brought up in you throughout the day. It's so easy to just be busy and distracted. And when it's on my face like this, you can't hide from your insecurity. And so that makes, I mean, that's a blessing for me, because it would be so easy to just go through the day, right? If it was on my arm, would I have made this video? I don't know, right? And so that's how I choose to look at it. It's a blessing in disguise. And yeah, I didn't plan this one. It was just, I had to share where I am right now in my mind. And I hope you ladies can learn something from it. I hope you can take something away from it. I hope it kind of gives you some comfort. Nobody is perfect. Everybody who's already made it is still struggling just with something new, or they're hiding that they never actually fixed it in the first place. So that's where I am. This is my current struggle. I'm not hiding it anymore. Please don't hide what your bads are, okay? It doesn't help anybody, as uncomfortable as it is. If you want the goods, you better embrace the bads, and you better do that immediately, or this will be painful every step of the way. Okay, ladies? So I love you. Thank you for allowing me to share a little part of me with you. I really appreciated that. You guys are awesome.